Yo, stay wavy TV, ride the vibe with me, splash through your screen, drip clean like the sea, high tide energy, never on mute.
Good news, y'all. Mike Tomlin has officially stepped down as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, ending a 19-year run during which he never had a losing season. Let's give Mike Tomlin his flowers, man. This man was the head coach for basically 20 straight years, and in each year he never had a losing season, man. That is legendary. By far one of the greatest, if not the greatest head coach in NFL history, you know what I'm saying? So the Steelers announced that Tomlin's decision Tuesday afternoon, saying his track record will likely never be duplicated. I agree with that. Tomlin said in a statement that he decided to step down after much thought and reflection. He says the organization has been a huge part of his life for many years, and it has been an absolute honor to lead this team. He said, I am deeply grateful to Art Rooney II and the late Ambassador Rooney for their trust and support. I am thankful to the players who gave everything they had every day, and to the coaches and staff whose commitment and dedication made this journey so meaningful. I also want to thank Steeler Nation. Your passion, loyalty, and high expectations represent what makes this franchise truly special. Coaching in Pittsburgh is unlike anywhere else, and I will always take pride in having been a steward of this team. Let's be honest, guys. Mike Tomlin really didn't step down as the coach. What happened is I think going into this season, before the season even started, I'm pretty sure the Steelers informed Mike Tomlin that if he did not get a playoff win, that he was going to be relieved. But because they have so much respect for Mike Tomlin and what he's done for this organization, they didn't want to come out and make the news that he got fired, right? So he basically took it upon himself to say that he's stepping down. Now, let's continue reading this article from ESPN. Tomlin, who has 2 years remaining on his contract, informed Steelers players of his decision to walk away at their 2 p.m. Eastern meeting Tuesday, one day after Pittsburgh was eliminated from the playoffs with the 30-6 loss to the Texans in the AFC wildcard round. During our meeting today, Coach Tomlin informed me that he has decided to step down as our head coach, Steelers president Art Rooney II said in a statement. Obviously, I am grateful to Mike for all the hard work, dedication, and success we have shared over the last 19 years. Mike Tomlin, who is 53 years old, leads Pittsburgh with the unprecedented accomplishment of never having a losing season in nearly 2 decades at the helm of the franchise. He clinched his 200th career NFL victory in Week 16 against the Lions and tied Chuck Noll for the 9th with 193 regular season wins in a Week 18 victory against the Baltimore Ravens that clinched the AFC North title. With Tomlin's departure, the Steelers will begin the search for just their 4th coach since 1969. Tomlin signed an extension in 2024 that could have kept him with the team through the 2027 season, including a club option that had a decision date of March 1st, 2026. Because Tomlin resigned while still under contract, the Steelers will retain his coaching rights and could negotiate compensation if he returns to an NFL sideline before the end of the 2027 season. While the chapter comes to a close, my respect and love for the Pittsburgh Steelers will never change, Tomlin said in his statement. He says, I am excited for what the future holds for this organization, and I will forever be grateful for my time coaching in Pittsburgh. So, according to the Iliad Sports Bureau, Mike Tomlin's streak of 19 straight non-losing seasons is the longest by a head coach to start his career in NFL history. It's the 2nd longest streak in NFL history. Before his resignation, Tomlin was the longest tenured head coach of a single North American professional sports franchise. It is hard for me to put into words the level of respect and appreciation I have for Coach Tomlin, Rooney said in a statement. He got at the franchise to our 6th Super Bowl championship and made the playoffs 13 times during his tenure, including winning the AFC North 8 times in his career. His track record of never having a losing season in 19 years will likely never be duplicated. My family and I and everyone connected to the Steelers management are forever grateful for the passion and dedication Mike Tomlin has devoted to the Steelers football. For all of his accomplishments, Tomlin ended his historic tenure in Pittsburgh with a frustrating 9-year postseason victory drought. Like, let's be honest, guys. If this was any other coach that had a 9-year postseason victory drought, they would have been fired. But because it's Mike Tomlin, he brought this organization to Super Bowl, right? He always had a winning season. They pretty much just, kept faith in Mike Tomlin. You know what I'm saying? Despite winning a Super Bowl, 2 conference championships, and 7 division titles, Tomlin's team went a cumulative 8-12 in postseason play. His last postseason win was an 18-16 victory against the Kansas City Chiefs in 2016. So that's 10 years ago. His last postseason win was 10 years ago. I'm going to be honest, man, and I like Mike Tomlin. Him being relieved as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers was long overdue. Okay, he took this team as far as he could, but this should have happened a while ago, man. The Steelers followed that up with the win over the Chiefs with a 36-17 loss to the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game, their last conference title game appearance. Since then, the Steelers have been one and done in 6 postseason appearances, and they've been outscored 131-58 in their last 3 wildcard losses. Tomlin's final game in Pittsburgh ended with the choruses of boos as fans resurrected chants to fire the coach as he and Aaron Rodgers walked off the field, descended down the field level stairs, and disappeared into the tunnel just after 11 p.m. When you don't get it done, words are cheap, Tomlin said Monday night, responding to a question about his message to the fans after the game. It's about what you do or you don't do. And so I appreciate the question, but for people talk too much in our business, you either do or you don't. At his post-game news conference Monday night, Tomlin offered little assurance that he will return to the Steelers, a departure from his message after previous season-ending losses. Players, though, supported their head coach in the aftermath of the loss, including Aaron Rodgers, who signed a 1-year contract in May of 2025. He says Mike T had more success than damn near anybody in the league for the last 19-20 years, Rodgers said. And more than that, though, when you have the right guy and the culture is right, you don't think about making a change. But there's a lot of pressure that comes from the outside, and obviously that sways decisions from time to time. But it's not how I would do things and not how the league used to be. Longtime defensive captain Cameron Hayward, drafted at number 31 by the Steelers in 2011, also stumped for Tomlin in the face of external noise. He says, I don't really care about the noise because they don't know what Mike T puts into this. An emotional Hayward standing in the nearly empty locker room late Monday night. They don't know how much he goes out of his way to prepare every man. They don't know about the countless nights that man is in there studying film. Coaching is only going to do so much. Players have to play better. And in those critical moments, players are going to step up. Marked by improbable wins and hard-to-fathom losses, Tomlin's final season was a microcosm of his nearly 2-decade tenure in Pittsburgh after a non-traditional Steelers offseason that saw the high-profile acquisitions of Aaron Rodgers, wide receiver DK Metcalf, and cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Pittsburgh opened up the 2025 season with a 4-1 start and a 2-game lead in the division rife with significant injuries. But a loss to the Bengals in Week 7 kicked off a rocky stretch, marked by blowout losses to the Chargers, Bills, and the Colts. Fans vocally expressed their displeasure with Tomlin in the second half of the 26-7 loss to the Bills, as chants of "Fire Tomlin" filled the stadium and boos drowned out Steelers anthem "Renegade" by Styx. The Steelers rebounded in Week 13 loss against the Bills, with 3 consecutive wins against the Ravens, Dolphins, and Lions to avoid a losing season and put themselves in the division driver's seat. An unconventional hire when he took over the head coaching position in 2007, following a 1-year stint as the Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator. Tomlin had near instant success in Pittsburgh. So shout out to Mike Tomlin, man. Listen, I would love to see Mike Tomlin become the Miami Dolphins head coach. This is an organization that, in my opinion, is the worst organization in the NFL. There is no team in the NFL that is worse than the Miami Dolphins. They haven't really had any real success since Dan Marino stopped being a quarterback for that team. If Mike Tomlin can come to the Miami Dolphins and consistently have winning season with the Miami Dolphins and lead them to the playoffs, to a Super Bowl, that'll be legendary, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see Mike Tomlin do. Obviously, you know, he would have to get a legit quarterback because Tua, he's not going to get job done. Shout out to the rookie. Shout out to the rookie quarterback that they got started now that, you know, did a record for the first time since Dan Marino. But I don't expect him to be the starting quarterback this season. Mike Tomlin has to work with a quarterback that is already proven. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he can get like a Jimmy Garoppolo to be the starting quarterback for the Dolphins, I think he can do something, man. You still got Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? The Dolphins, they did show some potential, you know, towards the end of the season. So I would love to see Mike Tomlin become the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, man. Let me know what teams y'all want to see Mike Tomlin go to. Like, I hear some people saying the New York Giants. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. But shout out to Mike Tomlin on having a legendary career as the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But it was time, man. Like I said, it was overdue. It was long overdue. So it's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure you guys subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.
Yeah, welcome to the vibe. Stay wavy in the mix, got the coach on the rise. Tap in, hit subscribe, ring that bell, let it ride. We gon' surf through the trends, give you game every time. Reviews, new views, keep it honest, never fake. If you're looking for the wave, this the channel you embrace. Stay